Your microphone. We are live, Janet.
Alrighty.
So stop swearing, okay?
Settle down.
Settle down and stop swearing. Like that's ever a problem. Okay, hello. Happy Tuesday. Hello, crafty crafters. We're so glad you're tuning in today. Janet, I got to tell you this because this just made my weekend. We had croppers I had two different ones come up to me and say that last Saturday, well, the one was last Saturday, the one was a different Saturday, but she said she woke up and said, "Oh, it's Saturday. Oh, wait, there's no memory bound video today."
Oh.
She said, "Never before have I ever been disappointed that there was a Saturday until after they watched the memory bound videos." I know, was that just made me
sweet.
yeah.
It is so sweet.
I thought that was amazing and so sweet, and we have some funny stories. Maybe tomorrow I'll share one of the funny stories. The croppers were just hilarious. And just, I think, like Diane said this morning, she said they felt like they got out of jail. and they were having fun and telling stories. And so I got some really good stories that I want to share with everybody. But hello, look at who's here. We have so many signed on already, so I think we can go ahead and get started, Janet.
Well,
she's sharing a wonderful memorial album with us today. We have Chris. Okay, before I begin, I'll get in trouble if we don't. This is Memory Bound, and we're in Ankeny, Iowa. There's our phone number. There's our website. And we have Janet with us today. And Janet is our teacher extraordinaire, and she has been with us all 20 years.
All 20 years. Can you believe it, Dawn?
Yes.
I still remember when I got the call from you.
Janet, what you doing? Want to come teach some classes?
Yeah.
And she did.
Yeah.
She did.
Much better than the corporate training I was doing at
Absolutely. It's a little bit more fun.
For sure.
A little bit more fun.
Sure.
Darlene, we are planning lots for our 20th anniversary. Well, let's just take a moment. Oshara, she said it was a blast. And Juanita was there. You guys are all so fun. Okay, Chris, where do you live in Phoenix? Oh, that's fun. Okay, what are we planning for our anniversary? Well, first of all, we have the Birthday Blast kit that's for sale right now.
Should I get one?
Sure, that'd be great. That is for sale right now, and classes start. When do classes start for that,
July
Janet?
7th, I believe.
July 7th. So we have events planned now every month going out. So Janet has a Birthday Blast kit. We've talked about this. And here's the schedule that's in the kit. Everything that Janet is going to be doing. She's going to be doing 6 weeks of classes or demos on our daily videos. And these are the days. So if you have the kit, then you can either make the items from the kit because all the instructions are in there, or you can follow along with Janet on those particular days as she teaches it. The kit is $49.99, and that is for July.
Yep.
Then August, we have a special announcement that we haven't announced yet, but that is coming in August, and we will, I don't know when we'll be starting to share that, but for many days in August, many days in August, there will be another thing going on to celebrate our anniversary. And then in September, we have our crop, right here. Janet, she's so good. The 24th through the 26th. So that's September. Oh, and then don't forget, July 30th is our barbecue tailgate. Right. That is July 30th. So July, August, September's our crop, and then October 1st is our actual anniversary, and we will have a big event planned for October. So you don't want to miss it. And Oshara says we need to know now. We need to prepare. Well, you know what? We need to prepare too. We have a little bit of work to do for the August event that we have planned.
But it's in the works.
But it's in the works. It's well in the works.
It's well in the works.
Well in the works.
Mum's the word.
Yeah. When does the Lori says, squirrel question, when does the switch come in? We are still hearing September. And you know what? We have been waiting. I feel bad for Simple Stories. We have been waiting for their really cool, awesome summer product that was supposed to be here. I'm thinking May, maybe even April, but I'm thinking May, and they still do not have an update. It is sitting in a container out in the Long Beach, off Long Beach, California. So I'm going to tell you September for the Switch machine, but who knows? Who knows? It really is a guess. Okay. Let's see. Thanks for thinking. Oh, Darlene, we'd love for you to make a road trip to Iowa. So glad this day isn't a good day unless. Oh, okay. Well, I think I've answered questions that we had. So, Janet,
all right,
let's go with what you got here.
All right. Well, just want to share with everybody a new kit that we are releasing today. I would call it a limited edition kit, Dawn.
It is a limited edition.
Because we don't have a ton of these. We have a few of these. This is a memorial album called Forever in My Heart.
Here. Okay.
And this would be a great project for you to make if you have lost someone that is dear to you, or if you have a friend or family member who has lost someone. This would be a wonderful gift to make. And the way this came about, just to explain to everyone, we have a local hospice group here in Des Moines that we've worked with for, 4 years, 5 years, something like that, to do a memorial type project every year with them. And folks come in, they spend an afternoon with us, and we put together something meaningful where they can remember their loved one. And sometimes it's an album, sometimes it's a canvas. This particular project came out of that. And so I created this project to be pretty simple for people who were not necessarily crafters, people who are in the midst of working through their grief. So this is a fairly simple project. I'll walk you through it. It's an album that includes 10 pages that are designed for you. So there's a cover page, and we'll go through in some detail what's in the kit. So there's a cover page with a poem that you can use or choose not to use. And then there are 2-page layouts throughout that you can adapt depending on what size your photos are. And so it's same kind of color scheme throughout. There are some layered stickers, there are some die cuts. If you are a scrapbooker or a card maker and wanted to make this, you could certainly add inking or Nouveau drops or anything like that to take it to the next level, I guess. We kept it pretty simple because the people who came to our event were not necessarily crafters. So you'll get all of the materials to put together all of these layouts, just like this, or you can kind of do your own thing. There's a pocket page on the back. And then you'll also get 2 additional sleeves, which are great for adding in additional photos, just loose or matted, and so forth. So this album, being a 3-ring binder, 8.5 by 11, will hold quite a few more sleeves.
And that is included in the kit.
Yes, yes. And so what I would do if I were making this album as a gift or for myself, I would make it as is, and then I would add in some additional sleeves with coordinating cardstock perhaps in between the layouts, just to kind of spread it out and give more space for photos. So that's what the project looks like. The price of the kit is going to be $57, and we'll go through here what is included in your kit. So as Dawn mentioned, it does include the album, and it comes with 5 full-size sleeves, and then you'll also get 2 additional sleeves. And it has 2 sets of stickers from Reminisce, this one which is a flat sticker, and these which are layered, and we just love the butterflies.
The monarch butterflies are beautiful.
And the butterflies are a really nice symbolism, I guess, for someone who has passed, and so we felt that was a good choice for a product. You'll get step-by-step instructions, and they're very, very simple instructions. They'll tell you how to put the pages together, but again, you can embellish depending on what size your photos are. So you'll have the instructions, and then you'll have color photos of all the different pages, so all 10 pages. And then you'll get this, which is a custom thing, I guess.
And that is so awesome. I love this, Janet.
This was really, really gratifying to put together. It includes 2 poems that you can choose to use in your album. One of them in the sample I used on the cover page, and one I used elsewhere in the album. And these are 2 poems that the folks at hospice, the bereavement folks at hospice, felt would be really helpful to have in an album like this. So we love the poems. And then the other pieces are what we would call journaling prompts. So things that might help you remember your loved one, or might help you choose photos to represent them. Like if I could go back in time, the first time we met, a memory that always makes me smile, things I miss most. So you can cut these things apart and just add them to your album. So for instance, here's one. I just cut it out, and then I just cut a little notch in one side. So when you're picking out photos, these journaling prompts can help you choose which photos you would like to include. So this is a custom piece that's also included in your album, along with 2 journaling blocks. And then here's a really beautiful paper that's used on the cover and then elsewhere in the album. Just love those butterflies. Aren't those pretty, Dawn?
It's such a neat. And I think we need to touch base on just the therapeutic, how therapeutic it is to put together an album such as this. I know it might be, make you sad, but it is also a wonderful way to remember your loved ones. And I did a cookbook of my mom's, where I put all her recipes into a little cookbook. And I know I cried probably every time I was working on the album, but you know what? I look back at it now all the time and look at the pictures and the recipes, and I use it, and it's just a wonderful reminder of her. So I think this book would do the same thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I can speak from hosting several of those hospice events. Is sometimes we just sit with folks and just talk, because it's a process, and this can be a very important part of your healing process. Even if you make it for yourself, what would be a good idea is just to go ahead and assemble the album. You don't have to put the pictures in yet if you feel like the situation is too fresh or too current. You can wait and put the pictures in when you're feeling up to it. If you give this to someone, you could give it to them with space for pictures when they're feeling up to it, or you could put pictures in for them so that they have a nice keepsake. So there are a number of ways that you can approach this, but to your point, Dawn, making a project like this to remember your loved one can be a very healing type of thing to do.
Donna said she did an album for her father and father-in-law while trying to pass the days before the funeral. It was very hard, but helped to stay busy and remember. That's a good one.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Mary, this might be a great thing for you. She says she lost her husband.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. Yep.
So included also in your kit are several 8.5 by 11 papers, cardstocks that you would use for your page bases, and then there's an additional piece of kind of bumpy paper as well.
Get bumpy?
It's got a texture.
Textured paper.
I call it bumpy.
I like that. That's good.
So if you're a scrapbooker, I think you're going to find this is an easy project to put together. If you give it to someone who's not necessarily a crafter, they shouldn't have trouble with it either. But I do think it makes a really nice keepsake for yourself or for someone that you love who's going through the grieving process.
Very much so. Very much so. Very good. Well, Janet, thank you. Should
You're
let's go through the album one more time,
through it again.
and then look at Janet's packet of all
yes.
of the die cuts. That's
yes.
all included in the package or in the kit.
And there will be a spine label as well, which I think is just a really nice detail to add.
Absolutely, I love it.
So yeah, we'll just page through it again.
And you can find this kit online in our online store under kits. It should be there.
So the front page uses part of that butterfly paper down here at the bottom, and then you can choose to use a poem. If you have a different size photo that you want to use, you can change this up. This is a layered die cut, which is included in your little die cut packet.
Very nice.
And as always, Dawn, I always suggest cutting your greenery. So I gave everyone a couple of pieces of greenery that you'll cut into 4 chunks. And that enables you to stretch it throughout the album.
Absolutely.
So here's one of those 4 chunks.
For any type of scrapbooking.
Yes. Now these photo mats are not included. These just give you an idea as to where you could put your photos. So just some layered stickers and die cuts throughout. And again, if you wanted to take it to the next level, you could add inking, Nouveau drops, and so forth. But the layered stickers are really rich looking, and I think add just a simple kind of classic touch to the album. So kind of really simple layouts throughout. And again, the instructions will tell you how to cut your paper to make these pages.
But as you mentioned, if the person you're giving this to isn't a real experienced scrapbooker, it's still easy enough for them to accomplish it.
Mm-hmm. They would need a trimmer and some real basic tools. But this would be a great opportunity for you to maybe go over and spend some time.
Do it together. Exactly. I love that.
Mm-hmm. I think that would be a really nice activity. So again, just add in the embellishments that fit your photos. I used a variety of 4x6 and 3x4 photos in this sample, but you can use whatever you've got. And again, if you get an extra packet of sleeves, then you can add in additional sleeves with coordinating cardstock in between these. And then at the end, I just included a pocket, so you could add any meaningful cards that you received, or any keepsakes, or maybe the funeral program or something like that could go in here.
I love that.
And so you've got a couple of additional sleeves like this. You could also purchase some additional ones like this as well.
Very good.
So again, we have a limited number of kits. So if you're interested, you would...
Darlene just had a great idea. Keep going, Janet.
If you're interested in a kit, you would want to call us today.
Yes.
If you can, or go online.
Yes.
As we have a limited number.
Right. Darlene said if you were doing this album as a gift, you could use the journal prompts to interview the person you are gifting it to and journal their replies. Oh my gosh, I love that.
What a wonderful idea.
Yeah.
That would be terrific. And it would be such a gift, because sometimes if you're deep, as anyone who's lost someone knows, if you're in the midst of the grieving process, sometimes it's very hard for you to form words and thoughts, and having a trusted friend like that to help you put words to your grief would be really wonderful gift.
Mary said that as they were waiting for their grandson's organs to be harvested, 55 hours, they took pictures. The Iowa Donor Network provided many moments that we took pictures of. In the weeks following, I put together a memorial scrapbook for him. Then as we heard from and met all 5 of his organ recipients, we took lots of pictures, and I scrapbooked all of them, including all the letters from each and their families. It was very therapeutic. Isn't that nice?
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, and then Kim suggested if you're giving it as a gift, include a tape runner. That is always a wonderful, like if you're giving a baby album as a gift, thank you. That's a great reminder.
That would be wonderful. There is a little bit of cutting. If you were giving it as a gift, you might want to even do the cutting for the person if they don't have a trimmer or something like that. There's just a little bit of that. Not hard.
Okay, Crafty Kathy wants you to know that she made a Graphic 45 card kit at the crop and loved it.
Oh, thank you, Kathy. Awesome to hear.
And I think we have some ladies driving up from Kansas City today, so we look forward to drive safely. We look forward to seeing you soon. And Janet, do you want to share with us the products you have pulled?
Yeah. So I pulled a variety of different coordinating cardstock and paper that if you wanted to fill out your album, add more pages, you could.
We have some extras of the papers.
We've got some extras. We don't have a lot of everything, but we do have some extras. And then sleeve-wise, I would suggest the 8.5 by 11 sleeves, which we are short on, but more are on the way. The other sleeves that we used in the album are the 3-pocket 8.5 by 11 sleeve, which I absolutely love. And you can use it this way, Dawn, with a large photo up here and 2 here, or you can use it this way and put
2 horizontal 4 by
and
6.
1 large vertical. And then the other one I used is another one of my favorites, which I always call the baseball card sleeve.
Right.
But it fits the wallet size photos, and then you can mix and match with pattern paper as well.
And it looks like you've already got some nouveau drops
I
pulled that you think would look good with it.
Yes, I picked out the black.
Ebony.
And then, of course, my favorite
Bottle green.
and bright gold, I think would be all pretty.
Very pretty.
So those would be ways that you could add, and you could do some inking as well, and you could use whatever your favorite inking color would be. Mine would probably be gathered twigs, or brushed corduroy is a good one.
That is a good one. It does not come in any other color scheme. It's very hard to find memorial papers, so these were the papers that we found for this kit, and so Janet chose colors that coordinate with this paper. And this paper line is Reminisce, and it's called In Loving Memory. Okay, well, thank you so much, Janet, for this wonderful kit. And it's going to be, I mean, it's just an amazing album and a wonderful tribute to a loved one. We will be back tomorrow at 9:30. And I didn't look at the schedule when I came out here to see who is back tomorrow, but we'll be back at 9:30. And this is Memory Bound in Ankeny, Iowa. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you tomorrow.
All righty.
And we're open today until 7, so 10 to 7, so late shopping tonight. Have a great day.